So this is the Baller and this is the Lumberjack, and these two razors are from Happynuts, and today we're going to go ahead and compare these two razors. Now first off, when it comes to charging these two razors, that is actually very different. Now the Baller charges via a proprietary port, which personally I do feel is a little inconvenient, whereas with the Lumberjack, this razor charges via a USB-C port here on the bottom, and personally I do feel that this port is a lot more convenient, because if your phone charges via a USB-C port, you can actually just use your phone's charging cable to charge your razor up. But when it comes to power, that is also very different. Now, the Baller has an advertised battery life of 150 minutes, whereas the Lumberjack has an advertised battery life of 90 minutes. Now, obviously, the longer battery life on the Baller is nice, but personally, I do prefer the Lumberjack here simply because it's a lot easier to charge this razor through the USB-C port versus the Baller's more proprietary charging port here. Now, when it comes to actually cutting hair with these two razors, unfortunately, neither of these two razors have a built-in LED. Now, when it comes to the surface area on these two razors, the surface area on the Baller is a little larger than the surface area on the Lumberjack, but more importantly, the head on the Baller actually trims on both the top and on the bottom, and also this head does pivot 30 degrees, whereas with the head on the Lumberjack, this is your much more standard head here that actually doesn't pivot, and it only trims here on one side. But when it comes to the combs on these two razors, the combs on the Baller are non-adjustable, and you only get a total of 3 combs here, 3 lengths. Now you can use the Baller without a comb, or you can apply a comb so you can adjust the length of your hair, and it's still going to cut on both the top and the bottom. This here is our 1mm comb here, or if you want, we can swap it out. Let's go ahead and grab the 5mm comb here. Again, just slides on top. So this here is the 5mm comb, or you can just easily remove by just lifting up. Whereas with the Lumberjack comes included with 2 adjustable combs. Again, you can use the Lumberjack without a comb, and it is going to give you a relatively close shave, but it's not going to be skin tight. But the Lumberjack also comes included with this 1, 3, and 5mm comb here, which you can just slide on. So right now this is a 1mm. Or if you want, you can slide it up. This is a 3mm, or slide it up. This is now 5mm. And again, you do have an adjustable comb that goes to 7, 9, and 11. So those are the combs on these two razors. But more importantly, the Lumberjack also comes included with a nose trimming head. Now, in order to swap these heads out, all you got to do is just pull up, and this detaches. You grab your secondary head, and you just attach. So now this is a nose trimmer. And again, if you want to switch over to the trim head, all you gotta do is just pull up and slide it down, and you are good to go. So overall, that was a quick comparison between the Baller and the Lumberjack, two razors from Happynuts. Now, the Baller does have a longer lasting battery life, coming in at 150 minutes, whereas the Lumberjack is going to be good for 90 minutes. However, when it comes to charging these two razors, it is more convenient to charge the Lumberjack over the Baller. Now, when it comes to actually cutting hair on these two razors, the Baller actually has a slightly larger cutting surface area, and it cuts on both the top and on the bottom. But with the Lumberjack, not only can you use it to trim hair, you can also easily swap out the head, and you can transform it into a nose trimmer.